What's actually happening with silver right now? What is a short squeeze and why is it so important? A 50-year cup and handle pattern. What does it mean? And what's the situation right now with silver dollars? And why should our bullion clients consider this as an alternative? I'm Steve Rand. This is Todd Graff, and this is the Gold Spot.
All right, Steve. So we're in mid-December already. I mean, can you believe how fast this year's already flew by? And usually in this industry, things are kind of quiet between Thanksgiving and Christmas, but this year things are not quiet at all. What exactly is going on with silver right now?
Well, silver is not only broken its all-time high, but it's just shattered the ceiling right now. We're over $60 an ounce. We've all known it was coming. It was a matter of when it was going to get there. For a number of reasons. I bet we're at about 100% right now in 2025 alone, which is massive. And it's not just price action. There's a huge supply crisis right now that we just can't get enough product in certain areas, certain products we've run out of. We have a lot of stuff in stock right now, but you get to a point where there's certain products you just can't get for certain periods of time. And when you start to see that, it's certainly only going to magnify as the price gets higher. More banks are buying. JP Morgan is the big one that's out there buying massive amounts of silver right now. And it's not just them, it's happening all around the world. And then the industrial demand is just off the charts. You've got it with electric vehicles, with solar, with semiconductors, with AI data farms. It just keeps going on. And the military uses for this are also huge as well. So there's a lot of reasons right now why silver could really explode much, much further up to the upside. But we're looking at also, we've got this silver squeeze happening right now, and I think a lot of people hear that term but really don't understand what it means. Can you kind of explain that to our viewers?
A short squeeze happens when investors who bet against silver are forced to buy it back as the prices rise. So this pushes the prices even higher and it creates a self-feeding cycle. So right now, the cost to borrow silver has skyrocketed from 0.5% up to 40%. Meaning the short sellers are trapped and they're being forced to cover their positions. So the SLV shares that are available to borrow are down from 10 million to 10,000. That's a huge difference. So that's where this feedback loop comes from. The higher prices it creates more forced buying and the prices keep going higher. And that's exactly what we're seeing in the market right now.
So we hear all the time about the 50-year cup and handle pattern, which is discussed by traders all the time on how they assess where value is. Can you kind of tell us a little bit more about that?
The cup and handle pattern, some experts consider it to be the most powerful bullish pattern in technical analysis. And what we've been seeing here is a very long-term cup and handle. It's been 50 years in the making. So there's an old adage on Wall Street, the longer the base, the higher in space. And it's a rule of thumb that, a pattern that's been forming on such a long-term base, we're probably going to see much higher price target. And there's some different ranges as well that we're thinking are possible with the price of silver, combining this move in silver. So we've been seeing a lot of moves in the market, but Steve, what opportunities are we seeing with physical silver right now?
Well, they're vast. But one of the best things that we've seen recently is some numbers that we don't often, in fact, I've never seen them, and I've been buying these products for 26 years. Historic coins like the silver and Morgan dollar. These coins are normally trading at a premium of 30 to 100% above the spot price. And right now, you're essentially getting them for an investment coin at bullion prices. And a lot of our clients have opted to take some of their bullion, maybe their bars or their silver rounds or things of that nature, and actually convert it into these older silver dollars because the current ratios are just so fantastic. And you're also getting some additional value. You're getting added scarcity. You're getting a significant increase in privacy, which these days more and more people are asking for ever than before. So that gives you some alternatives to that. And I think when you look at the 2011, kind of the crash in silver, you can actually see why they've got so much more protection in many of these cases. So in the 2011, we saw silver at $48 an ounce. I don't know how many of our viewers remember that. And then it dropped to $15, which is a 70% drop. However, silver dollars like the Morgan and Peace dollar we're talking about only fell from 45 down to 28. So it was only a 38% decline in those. And they retained more than 2 times the value versus generic bullion over the same period of time. So why does this provide protection? First of all, historic significance. The collector demand also provides a price floor. And although the majority of the people that buy these coins are investors, they don't tend to panic like they do with bullion, where a lot of times people see a small drop and people that are holding bars or rounds or things of that nature can sell off very, very quickly. That doesn't tend to happen with coins like this. Morgan dollars, peace dollars show a lot more stability than silver bullion. They rely on the physical buying and selling to support their prices, which is different.
Steve, so it's 2 weeks until Christmas. Don't forget that we have the Silver Bullet gift box with our friends over at Scottsdale Gun Club. So what we're doing, it's a $99 for the box, the revolver, 1 hour free of range time, and a 1-ounce silver bullet. Or you can spend $475 and get all of that plus an additional 5 silver bullets to fill that cylinder with.
Yeah, these make an excellent Christmas gift, so reach out to us if you're looking for one. We also have an excellent silver report that covers a lot of what we talked about today, and we'll see you next time on the Gold Spot.
If you enjoyed today's Gold Spot, like or subscribe to both our YouTube and Rumble channels. Also comment below if you have any questions or if you want to hear us talk about a specific topic in a future video.